You may have been intrigued by the title of this podcast, and it was originally going to be called Team Mistakes. But then I thought that these are not just mistakes, these are things we do deliberately out of our own self interest and which harm our team. These are sins we think we can get away with. So today, we will talk about 7 deadly sins you can make in a team. Let's listen. Hi, this is Yadi Caro, and welcome to the Hardcore Soft Skills Podcast. In each episode, you will learn how to apply an essential skill, and today we will talk about 7 deadly sins of teams that you or others are committing and what to do about it as a team manager or a team member. Just like in classic theology, the 7 deadly sins represent the human tendencies that lead to moral failure. These 7 deadly sins, which I'm going to talk about today, can lead to your team's demise. You'd want to avoid these as much as possible if you want to help contribute towards a positive work environment. While no team is perfect, recognizing these dangers early on can make a big difference. All right, so let's get started. Number one, pride. In a team, pride often appears as arrogance or the belief that one person's ideas are superior to others. It's a belief that I'm the smartest one here. This often leads to dismissiveness of other people's ideas, and therefore, team members are afraid to speak up because they are afraid of being considered stupid. This, therefore, stifles diversity and team innovation. Team with these behaviors resist feedback and are unwilling to learn new things because, well, these team members know it all. Antidote: foster humility. As a team leader, you should model humility by admitting when you're wrong and actively seeking diverse perspectives. If you see a team member who presents these symptoms, you must point it out and ask the team member at hand something along the lines of, I see you believe you have skills others may lack. Are you interested in advancing their growth or have some recommendations to guarantee our team success? All right, number two, envy. Envy arises when one team member resents another one's success, their position, their recognition. They believe there is favoritism going on. Well, this could be the case, but the problem is in how they react to this favoritism. Instead of collaborating, envious team members may engage in competition or try to level the playing field by diminishing others. It leads to comparisons and often passive aggressive behavior. This can also be perceived when team members will withhold the praise or the support or they undermine someone else's effort. The worst occurs when someone sabotages a colleague's effort or attempts to take the credit. Another common occurrence of this is gossip or malicious talk about a coworker. Antidote: foster transparency and appreciation of your team by celebrating their accomplishment publicly. Use existing meetings or regular sessions where team members must praise one another for an action they have taken or work they have completed. As a manager, you can also implement evaluation systems driven by team contributions instead of individual effort. All right, so number three, wrath. Wrath is uncontrolled anger that manifests as hostility, resentment, or aggression. However, in a team, it doesn't always come as shouting or overt aggression. Sometimes it can be passive aggressive, and it's expressed through coldness, exclusion in meetings or emails, or retaliatory behavior. It also results in refusal to collaborate with certain team members. When anger is unchecked, it can lead to emotional outbursts or tension that disrupts the team. Wrath poisons the emotional climate of a team. People are walking on eggshells and conversations become guarded. Therefore, teams becomes risk averse and creativity declines. Antidote: as a manager or member of a team, controlling wrath starts with you. If anyone is aggressive against you, instead of reacting, you recognize it and address directly to resolve calmly. As a team leader or manager, you should seek to de escalate conflict early and mediate when needed. But also, instead of just taking a reactive approach, let's do creating a framework now to address conflict, which should be defined via a contract agreed upon by the team. Number four, sloth. Sloth doesn't always mean laziness, it's a lack of engagement, initiative, and ownership in a team. It occurs when team members contribute the bare minimum or rely on others to carry the weight of the work. Team members avoid responsibility, they miss deadlines, or simply do just enough to pass by. For example, when getting requests from a customer, they stick to what they have been asked for without engaging to ask questions like what problem they are solving. And if something goes wrong, the team members assume it's someone else's fault for not giving them correct directions. Over time, sloth leads to burnout in those who are picking up the slack and damages team morale. All right, antidote. Preventing sloth on a team requires setting clear expectations and team goals. As a manager, it's essential to define roles and responsibilities and expected outcomes based on a greater mission, not just the task at hand. Managers should check in regularly with team members to gauge motivation and identify obstacles so this can be removed accordingly. Number five, greed. Greed in a team setting is the excessive desire for power, credit, resources, or control. It's when individuals prioritize personal gains over the team's successes. This scene is especially prevalent among team managers. Managers have no interest in the development of team members as they are happy to leave the team members where they are and maintain their control. They will take over any meeting with external customers or leadership to limit access to information or to important decisions. Access to external opportunities is also limited. Greed will kill the team collaboration and morale. So, antidote: to eradicate greed, we must radically be transparent with the team. Identify ways to reduce barrier to information. For example, make work tasks transparent, displaying on a team shared space, or invite team members to meetings with customers and external stakeholders if the information is relevant to them. You must seek the opportunities where the team can demonstrate their work and receive direct feedback. It is also necessary to establish knowledge sharing opportunities among the team to avoid knowledge hoarding. As a team member who has a greedy manager or colleague, you should be able to confront it and express your discomfort with a behavior. If the manager insists, they are trying to protect you, and if nothing changes, it is time to seek other pastors. Number six, gluttony. In a team, gluttony refers to overconsumption of time, attention, and labor. It often comes from a desire to control or micromanage. This is manifested through long and unnecessary meetings. During meetings, one person may dominate the conversation excessively. It also involves over planning for an event or meeting with a customer. Meeting before the meeting, anybody? So, over documenting processes or redundant reviews with the justification of quality control. As a result, talented individuals spend more time in bureaucracy than creating value by doing their work. This leads to team burnout and frustration. So, what's the antidote? This is where adopting lean and agile practices and principles shines. Streamline processes, delegate effectively, eliminate redundant procedures. Managers should set the example by being time conscious, setting meeting management guidelines to ensure team can have productive discussions and balancing participation. All right. So, number seven, lust. While this can go in different directions, which may not apply to this episode, the context I am referring to here is obsessive pursuit of status, personal ambition, or external validation. The problem is when it comes at the team's cost. This displays through prioritization of personal projects over team objectives, seeking external validity and promotions without contribution, or building alliances within a team or externally for political gain. Loss for recognition or advancement can derail a team since they lack the attention they need. Antidote: encourage team driven goals to promote team goals versus personal goals. Managers should recognize and reward behavior that supports long term team oriented success. All right, so what other types of behaviors would you add? If you recognize any of these behaviors in your team and need help, contact me via my website, hardcoresoftskillspodcast.com, and I'd be happy to chat with you. Thank you for your support as we have reached this episode 150. Time to take a little break of a few weeks, but follow me for daily content on LinkedIn and Instagram. And also sign up for my newsletter for weekly resources. Thank you for listening.